It's a different philosophy. Nate Oates is playing his star with 2 fouls. Brian Dutcher is not playing his standout, Matt Bradley, with 2 fouls.
I think he's making a decision on his side. Dutcher saying that, hey, this is a tie score. It's our pace. Why not leave him on the bench if I can get away with it?
Quinterly trying to work through traffic, cut off by Butler. Clear it for Miller.
That's where he's got to be careful.
Takes it in on Mensah. Switching to the left hand. Brandon Miller. Book it. A 3.
Quinterly makes that decision to give that little open space right there. Trammell just recognizing it.
He brings some scoring punch, over 1,000 career points. Still has 1 more year of eligibility. Darion Trammell, 5'10", 175, St. Ignatius High School in the Bay Area. Miller, the dribble drive, a quickie. Very tap because of those 2 fouls. Crossover. Wow, Johnson went for the thunderous dunk, but he couldn't finish it.
He just missed it. That's all he did. That wasn't deflected.
Sears, kick for Clowney.
Look at the way they're coming for the perimeter again.
Miller, swing. Clowney thought about it from long range. Now it's Sears. Miller, catch. Jumper is good. That's a 3 ball.
Up off the gut. What a great move. What a great move by Hakeem Hart.
Miller right there alongside of him.
Back in front goes Maryland. Miller gets his first field goal.
He screamed for the blow-by, and then dropped defense again.
A pull-up that he loves and he had hit earlier.
Once in a while, these guys forget about the other guys. They're so good at breaking you down with the bounce. Tough match. Got to get some help.
Huge size advantage, and Miller hits
Him into a tough 2.
Miller waits.
Attacks. Quick hops. Maybe in the doctorate, too.
No, he's great. I've done so many things.
I think we convinced him
We did.
to go
You
through that
gotta
exercise.
go.
He was debating whether to do so.
It's going to happen now. As you said, do it for your family. Here's Miller. Oh, yes.
It's it.
Hart makes some defensive plays in this game. Young comes slicing. Look at Miller. Get it out. And actually hit him in the elbow. He was up so high. Swing it over to the other end. Is it going to go? Yes.
Big change. Big change.
Love the press, though, by A&M. They have to slow this game down. Cannot allow the speed of Alabama to dominate inside Bridgestone in the finals.
Alabama and Houston, the only 2 teams, Jimmy, in the country, top 15 offensive and defensive efficiency. Here's the Muscle Shoals kid who was a transfer in here, lying on his bed when he got the call, said, "You want to come home?" He said, "Yes, I get to play." 1 of 5. He does have 7 boards, but they lose Marble.
Yeah, Marble with a rugged 9 points in this game. And now Garcia is going to have to rebound his tail off and maybe make a basket or 2 with Marble on the bench.
There's Miller. He's open. That looked a lot better right in front of us. 10 free throws.
And he's got a double-double.
Yeah. But Obaseki, a lot of dribbling, throws it up. Can't get it to go. And the rebound is Noah Gurley.
Where's your get-back defense if you're the Aggies?
Wasn't there, and Miller buried a 3. He's got 18, just 4.
Now. I mean, why not now? They might play the rest of the game and not pick up their 5th, but you have not enough offense. You need your 5 best dudes on the floor down 61-48.
Miller,
too easy.
Back-to-back 3.
Blast. They're going to have an answer for it. But to your point, Texas A&M so good, Ravi. They come into today top 35 in both offense and defense. They just ran into.
Watch it. Oh, man! There's an exclamation. Beat his man down floor, and now they will see Clowney launch a 3. No good. Tipped up and in, Brandon Miller. Jimmy, more in this game than I've seen him handle it in any other game. Clowney's 3 no good, but a easy offensive rebound with Nick Honor on Pringle. Miller into the paint. Wow. Oh, look how you lost it on the way up, but it drops JQ. He's marched right to the end of that bench.
He has.
And Missouri goes with some pressure here, up by 4. They get 6 points in their last 10 seconds.
Just being an old guard in March doesn't guarantee success, man. You got to play.
How's this matchup of 24s? Miller and Brown. And reach. Miller looked right at the official after that reach. Now he works on Carter, who's banging him, and he fouled him, and he's going to have a three-point play opportunity. Carter in the paint, double team, lost it. Miller's got it, and here he goes one-on-one with East. And an easy layup for Brandon Miller. Difficult. He made Diaco, who's now on the bench, has been pretty intense.
I'm impressed with Miller's ability to continue to compete his tail off with foul trouble and play clean right now.
Alabama's got a 2-point lead, partly because Missouri has missed 10 of their last 11. Griffin goes baseline. Quinterly kicks it. Miller's three. Got it! Such a great matchup, like you see at the next level, right? Miller and Brown on each other. They'll fire. Knock it down right from the same spot.
Hard to put them away because they make guarded shots better than anyone maybe in the country, those Missouri guards. We saw one at the end of the first half by Hodge. Hard to put them away.
Miller all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. He's got 17. Good defense by Quinterly that time on Honor, who ends up on the floor.
You're just going to play it out, I guess.
Looks that way.
Putting Alabama on the foul line. Dennis Gates with a hand up saying just play it out.
Miller step back three, and that will likely.
How much you truly care for one another and love one another, and your culture gets tested. Oates believes his team has responded well. He said it's been heartbreaking on all accounts. He said there are bigger things in life than basketball, but my job is to kicking our rear ends on the glass. We got to do a better job there too. Just continue to grind. Don't stop grinding.
That's right. Right in front of Chris Jans, an offensive rebound was grabbed by Damari Burnett, and Miller wide open three, and that's a layup for him.
If you can't,
Miller penetrates left hand. No. Follow. Yes. Those 9 points, and Tolu Smith is just neutralized so far. Stevenson shot off to the left. Bediako another rebound, and Alabama tries to push in the last 20 seconds. And Miller fires away. That goes down. This Bediako, good job defending on Tolu Smith. Quinterly, the alley-oop. Oh, it's tipped in. What a play, Brandon.
look at this guy. 159 wins in junior college throughout his career, 132 wins over 5 years at New Mexico State. 3-time WAC Coach of the Year. Going to come up a little bit short of where he wanted to go.
By Clowney. And on the run out, they missed. But inside, the follow is good by Bronzo, too.
See that again.
Miller in close this time. Tips his own miss and got it and won. Chance for a
defense
okay.
This early in the game. For him to do this with this much of a lead shows you how valuable Wade Taylor is to this team.
Remember, he came back in at the 7:04 mark, and now we're down 2 minutes and almost 4 seconds in a moment here. Brandon Miller trying to get off offensively, has not really been able to. He's got 7 points, only 2 field goals.
Solomon Washington is on Miller. It's length.
That time it goes straight up and straight down.
I like them all now.
Yeah, right. Hafner. A rebound, Miller.
Here they go.
Run.
Here they go.
And he'll do it himself. A little bit of... Oh, they left Radford, and he almost scored it as they switched up on him, but now Quinterly comes out of the pile with it. Miller, long three. Got it.
It was only a matter of time.
The window shot.
Get it to Quinterly. Get it back to Quinterly in the middle of the floor. It's your best offense.
Miller off the window. Showing his versatility.
Bradley's in there. But with Quinterly They're a much better offensive team. That's what they need right now.
Bradley's only played 9 minutes. Here's Miller for the tie, and he does.
After the game against Kentucky, Bruce Pearl said, if you're going to play in a hostile environment, you've got to trust your teammates. We didn't. They lost that game 86-54. Much different result through the first half here. Here's Brandon Miller. And he got a three-point chance.
That's where he... Forget about this. Is a bitter in-state rivalry. Now in the game of basketball as well. Uh-oh, that's trouble. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's way too easy.
Now Green's on a mismatch with length. Followed his own miss and put it in. Anthony Black, rated the #1 point guard in the country and a McDonald's All-American coming out of Capel High School, Duncanville, Texas. Miller guarded by Black. Length on length. And Miller's going to the free throw line. And 2:20 since Bama has scored. Miller off the screen. Steps through Davis and got it. Can't leave the ball. And we're tied again. Miller lost his footing. And uses his length to go over Davis. Not that Black. Anthony Black only 2 points. And he puts up an air ball or a bad pass. Miller leading the break. He'll get it back. The lob. Almost stoic. Trying to get the crowd fired up. He was very, very fired up in that South Carolina game. When he finished with 41. Scored the game-tying bucket at the end of the regulation. And the game winner in overtime. Working on Devo Davis. Back-to-back buckets.
He was not good against South Carolina. And he has also been not terrific 3 or 4 times in this game.
Miller sneaks down court. How they lose him? How do you down the floor? Another miss at the rim for the Hogs. Miller matched up with Black on the switch. Went to his left to finish.
Wow. Force the action. Get out and run.
They're going to need to because they're running out of possessions. We haven't hit the under 4 timeout yet.
That's exactly where I was going. You can start counting the number of possessions left in this game. There's not enough right now if Arkansas can't create something off their defense.
Good. And Miller for 3.
On good play, bad play, good decision, bad decision. Really patient, efficient.
Miller steps into a 3.
He is wasting his patience off the shot fake right there. Put his eyes on the rim. Nice shot fake on balance.
Miller with a response. Freshman
has been just different.
Jackson in the zone. Jackson feeling and firing that time on air ball. And then doesn't get back on defense. Alley-oop pass and Miller on a 2-hand. He's getting his opportunity. Miller has just been not only productive, but he's been efficient. I mean, you look at his shooting numbers. At one point, he was shooting 65% on unguarded threes. Miller takes it strong.
The shots that are going in right now remind me a little bit of the shots that South Carolina made against Kentucky. Contested late clock threes.
Miller left alone. Can't do that. Silkinson. Jackson leading all scorers, 16 points, tries a killer crossover, turned it over. Fellow freshman Miller on the steal. Miller with a 2-hand flush.
It's some of those shots that South Carolina's made here that they won't fall here in the second half.
Jackson attacks the rim, takes it hard. Good defense walling up by Alabama. Miller left alone. Miller knocks down the 3.
Catching offense. And look, Alabama, you're talking about a place, whoa. Alabama is a place that has resources, and especially now with NIL. Come on now, stop it.
Brandon Miller on YouTube.
Exactly.
Miller absolutely feeling it. Draws a lot of attention. Pulls the trigger. Deep 3. Miller put.
Lamont Paris played against him when he was at Chattanooga. He knew that he had the intangibles that he was looking for, and that's exactly what he brings to this team.
That's the secret to finding him. Didn't get a lot of Power 5 offers in there. That Gamecock squad tonight, the story has been Gigi and Michi. Here come the Tide. They do have 2 timeouts.
Here's the pin down for Miller right on the right-hand side of the screen. In the middle of the floor, they'll set a ball screen. Oh, that's good play.
Miller takes it strong. Miller with the left off the window.
Career 42% free throw shooter.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but, you know, you didn't power the guy.
I dropped the ball on that one. Let's see if Alabama avoids dropping the ball in this possession. Under 3 minutes to play. Miller surveys, wants a ball screen, gets one from Bediako. Miller, beautiful, just glide. 8 of the last 10 Gamecock points provided by Jacoby Wright. Miller trying to break our 11th tie of the game. Takes it in and gets it to drop the shot clock off. Alabama will try to win it with one more here in OT. Miller guarded by Gigi, two of the most highly touted freshmen in the country this year. Miller with 3. Miller to the rim. Miller with the left hand.
Early and see how he feels, how he looks, to determine what the prognosis will be for his minutes tonight.
Georgia, and talking to Coach White, said it was very important today that they be able to get different defenses set.
His absence, Justin Hill has been going crazy, so they leave him in the starting lineup, bring Roberts off the bench.
Tough, hard-nosed player Hill is. Gives him a little bit of everything. Great leadership.
Miller. Wrong.
It's going to be interesting to see because, and also the shoot-around this morning, with the lack of three-point shooting that Georgia has, the lane is going to be crowded. They're going to crowd the lane because they don't have a stretch 4, stretch 3 out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of that he'll drive into the lane. If the ball comes off a little long, the length of Alabama, it's just a problem. I don't care how good you block them out. If it comes off high and long, Alabama's going to get it. Wow.
Impressive.
He was a 3-level everything on offense and defense. I mean, he could guard big, small, do it all.
Speaking of do it all, send that to his wife.
We just talked about the first time for everything. I'll admit it.
Well, Alabama gets back so quickly. Miller hangs it. Sears step back a little bit short. Long rebound. Another opportunity. Griffin swings it to the corner as Miller checks back in.
Best time to shoot a 3 after an offensive rebound, and a really smart play by Plavsic of kicking it back out when he didn't have the immediate stick back.
Contested for Miller and right in the face.
So just him battling for it gave them the call.
There's Vescovi.
Transitions where Alabama has to make something happen. If you can beat this defense down the floor, it's better than going 5-on-5.
Miller challenged. He knew it. Vescovi. Adu. In and out. Clowney in traffic. Rips down the rebound.
Those are not easy shots, that little short corner jumper.
Miller wide open. Splash.
He just doesn't miss those.
Tall guy. Plavsic.
Tobe Awaka has great hands, and he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, one of the best rebounders per minute in the country.
Comparable, even though we've got a roof in here, it is so loud.
I'm just impressed that you travel with a decibel meter. That's awesome. Miller. Good defense by Flanagan, but he scores. Mark Sears has not really been able to get much offensively. He's being guarded by Zep Jasper. He's a 14-point-per-game guy. Miller. Boy, strong drive. Guys, Broom and Cardwell have both played very tough so far today, not surprisingly. Oh, and a bad break there. Cardwell was up there, but it was still on the rim. Oh, and in transition. Out and recover with Clowney as he rolled to the basket. Burnett strong inside, tipped up and in. And Miller. Miller in traffic, guarded by Flanagan. Got to stay low. Good help by Broom. Now Miller with a seam, and he lays it in. Well, he's got game.
That's the first thing if you're Alabama. I got you penciled into that first-class section, but whoa, Nelly, you got at Auburn and Tennessee next week, and I think Vescovy made a mistake if I'm not.
Wow, there's Miller for three. And you would ask yourself, is there enough basketball to go around? Where they played at a tempo, did they get so many possessions that there were shots for everybody? Florida's outscored Bama by 10 since the break.
And don't go to sleep just yet. I'm talking to my own wife.
Miller doubled. Now they slack off and the shot clock getting late on Alabama. This doesn't happen very often. You mentioned third in the country in possession time, 15 seconds per possession.
And when they get to late clock, it's going to be to him because he's trying to dance and get himself free for that look.
Rejection by Bediako. Tied the other way. Miller! For this half. Here's Miller.
Oh, wow.
It is so graceful. So what was your scouting report to try to slow down Vernon Maxwell?
Yeah, you stay in front of him, keep him off the glass. I mean, what an athlete Vernon Maxwell was. That was top 4 spots that have a realistic chance of being the #1 seed.
Miller the steal, buckle up. Point game of his what will be lone season in an Alabama uniform on his way to the NBA. You said Alabama's one of about 8 teams competing for a 1 seed. At what point do they have it in the bag? Nice move.
Gracious.
Much one-on-one. You got the defense working, move it a little bit more, try to get you a better look.
Miller, aggressive, lays it up and down. Fountain he's found it twice from deep. That's his second 3. Now Miller, responds.
If you're LSU, can you keep up with this scoring? Because they've only been scoring about 59 points per game in league play after scoring over 70 in the non-conference. That's good D by Derek Fountain,
who also has 12 points on the other end. Miller off balance. Woo! Got it.
Better offense.
Charles Bediako has his already.
Quick hands. That time by Clowney. Then Clowney dives for it. There's some hard hats might get issued after that hustle play. Bama. Miller. Yes.
And right now, what a response by the Commodores on the road in a hostile environment by Trey Thomas.
Well, that stops the bleeding. The Commodores missed their last 12 shots. Miller pulls the trigger on a 3. A classic get to the locker room. I almost have a little bit of maybe amnesia if you're Vanderbilt and just put together an entirely different second half because, I mean, nothing. Little up and under move by Magnon.
Yeah, Ezra Magnon is
in conference play. They average over 82 a game in league play, and they are well on their way. Oh! Brandon! Emma can make life really hard on a spot-up shooter.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I think not only them, but Arkansas has a nice chance to advance as well as you see another trifecta.
9th-ranked LSU. That'll be at the Maravich Center. Friday Night Heights, always right here on the SEC Network. The Heights have been reached tonight by Alabama in a big way.
Absolutely, and they're reached every night with top 25 teams in gymnastics. The support in the SEC has been sensational.
My goodness, Brandon Miller. Quinterly averaging over 10.5 points a game. Launches a 3 here. Quinterly. Drive and kick. Miller on a 3.
In Big 12 play from distance. But he is so good at that elbow mid-range jump shot. Good dribble hold by Miller. Man, does he know how to play the game.
And he created an easy shot. The shoe fell off of Jalen Hill. They're being very physical with Miller.
Any off-ball, anything about his game right now, they're putting bodies on him.
Well, he followed up that. He was looking for a foul. And it dropped in a timeout for Oklahoma.
Well, he's very tough for Miller.
Gives up 3 inches, but he picks it up 30 pounds on him.
Yeah, just body on body. Late to the switch.
Yeah, and he got open on that one, and he buried it.
Yeah, they just...
Miller with a soft touch.
He was talking about Bama's younger guys getting better than they were the first time they played. He always felt like the freshmen have a longer, bigger growth spurt.
Miller slams it down. McNair open. Cass had too much zest. Here's Miller attacking. Miller silky smooth.
But that's the three that Chris Jans was talking about. He wants them to shoot more threes, especially early in the clock.
Miller, left-handed finish. How sweet. Up a couple of notches. Lob to Stevenson, not that time. Quinterly to Miller. Spins it in. Qualifies that category. They just ran away with it late. Stevenson mid-range, no. Sears fighting for it, gets it to Clowney. There's value in a game like this.
No question.
March, right? Miller for three!
Transition, because if not, the length of Alabama is so good. They were able to stifle that offense of Houston in the second half on the road. Still one of the best wins in all of college basketball.
Mention that length for Alabama. I mean, it's suffocating. And as impressive as it looks on your TV screen, when you see it in person, you get awestruck at just how dangerous it looks in person. Miller, killer crossover, fade and fire, and nothing but the bottom of the net on the stolen away by Diarra. Diarra leading the break, probably not a good idea. Now Bama numbers the other way. Alley-oop, there's Miller on the flush. By that time, Sean East got it to go with a little kiss. Great ball movement for Alabama along the perimeter. Sets up Miller. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Layup.
Awfully special. There's tough games left. A couple against Auburn, at Tennessee, among the others. But when this team is clicking the way they are now, Miller hits another three.
Lawrence elevated, rolls around. Pass up ahead to Brandon Miller. Lawrence lets it fly. There it is. Noah Clowney. Back to Miller. Thought about the shot. Ooh. Creating space for himself for the triple.
I mean, that's one of the best defenders in the SEC. And still, Brandon Miller was able to keep his composure in the second half. He was able to go to work.
Miller's got 5 here tonight. And Miller in transition. In and out. Got his own rebound. Didn't give up on the play. 59 points. And then Vanderbilt had a great second half against Arkansas. Rebound into the hands of Rylan Griffin. Quick up ahead to Sears.
Sears has got to find a way to get to the rim.
Stuck in the double team on the baseline. Kick to the corner. Guess who is waiting? Brandon Brown has only played 8 minutes in this game. Had some foul trouble in the first half. Lawrence rolls around to 3 points for Tyron Lawrence after a career-high 22 in the win over Arkansas Saturday.
That middle ball screen action, there's a mismatch. Trey Thomas is down low with Bediako, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they were thinking maybe start of SEC play, and then he was ready in the non-conference. Lee Dort's shot is off. Vanderbilt now 0 for 8. Miller going up against 2, no problem. It's a 7-0 run by Alabama. That one in and out. Do you carry on the hard hat, or do you check that under the plane?
Oh, you carry that on.
Yeah,
it's very valuable. Baton Rouge, you might need to catch a gymnastics.
Hey, they average like 10,000 fans a meet.
I'd have to go in with, like, my hand over my eyes. They scare me with some of those jumps and uneven bars.
That is a little nerve-wracking. 7 minutes to go in this game. Alabama's largest lead has been 23. Oh, my goodness. Through Nate Oates has talked about that comes from his family, from his parents, Daryl Miller, his mom, Yolanda, and he told us my teammates have also helped keep me grounded.
Well, he's a trickster now. When he was talking to us, he was asking Gurley to throw him the basketball, that he wanted it, and then when Gurley gave it to him, he didn't even make an attempt to catch it, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Look at him work.
It seems to always come down to the wire. Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes, 15,000 of our closest friends. Should be a fun one tonight. Top 2 scorers in the league go head-to-head.
And, Tom, one of the toughest tickets in Tuscaloosa in a long time for Bama basketball. The excitement is there for this team.
There's Brandon Miller, the superstar freshman. But he took over a program that was devoid of personnel. Only 3 returnees, and he had to coax those 3 out of the transfer portal to stick around Baton Rouge. There's Miller again.
Tom, you cannot let... Tom, they're just winning Alabama the foot race to the ball on these missed threes.
And, Jimmy, they're not even bothering to get anybody back. They're just sending all 5 staying on this end of the floor.
Yeah, send 6.
Miller wide open. 3 threes. Williams down low. Make it 3 for 16. LSU is ice cold, and Alabama, when they miss, able to pick up the pieces. 8 offensive rebounds. Miller hesitated, finishes with a left-handed layup.
Tremendous. Just drive longer, faster, quicker to the ball.
Freshman point guard Jaden Bradley finds Miller, and he gets another.
Tom, that's just too easy.
And he is on pace to better his career high. Another jumper off the mark for LSU. Tigers just 22% from the floor. Miller again. Got it again. There. Williams went into the double. LSU just 4 for 21 in this game. Miller, good ball fake. Turned it into an easy 2.
How smooth is thing rolling with Kansas coming in 2 weeks from today.
18 second chance points for Alabama of their 38. 14 of those points have come in the paint. And Miller gets another. It is now his 7th.
Williams has been in the entire game.
32 double-doubles in his career, 3rd most among SEC players, and he has to sit with his 4th person. Look at Brandon Miller going to work.
Tom, the body can
bar this afternoon. And a takeaway by Rylan Griffin. Here's Miller. Wow, a touch. He's got time at Carmichael Arena. Should be a great afternoon of hoops.
I hope Alabama doesn't score the rest of the day. You know why? Because if you go back to the last 5 games, they've scored 84, 78, 84, 78, 84, and they have 78 right now. If they don't score, they'll keep that string alive.
Hey, by the way, you're talking about the John Morant recruiting, and Miller slashes down another.
He does not care about my with that wingspan. Yeah, there it is.
Well, they started him right in the middle
of the floor. You win that middle third, you win the ball game, and so many plays are determined off of your middle ball screen defense.
But you just can't come off a corner shooter.
Not now. Or him. Yeah, he's just jump shot like that. Dudes will make a lot of money.
So good off the screens. And a little drop off by Black just taken away. Close quarters. You got to complete that play.
Wow, that is.
Alabama's defense this year is so much better. Reeves off the front of the iron.
Ones you got to make. I mean, good action.
Miller right into Yenso, and that time body control. We're into double figures.
You get a ball screen by Sheboy on Wheeler. And Sheboy guy is in drop coverage, and Wheeler just reads it really well. Surveys the play. Sticks that jump shot.
Quinterly. Miller, he will launch. That one looked a lot better.
To drag the defense off of Sheboy. Alabama could just continue to run to the paint all afternoon long.
Bounce pass and a good one. Fans lock into the SEC network. Reeves, quick shot. That's no good. And Kentucky Its shooting in the second half has been not good at all. They are 2 for 15. And Quinterly with a blow-by, a little no-look pass gets away. But you can tell Alabama's having a lot more fun right now, and they are playing that way. Miller inside. 15-2 run. Miller. Yes, sir. Really call that a 2. Ravi, you've certainly seen the depth of Alabama today. And Miller trapped down low, and they both left him. And he picks up the rebound, and he's going to have a shot for Miller. Shifted to his left, tips it back up and back in.
Drive off the window and in, a friendly kiss.
He was an all-league player before he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
When they went in and won at LSU. If he can start playing like that, he's a difference maker.
There's a difference.
2 torn cartilages. You have to make a decision. When you get in between the lines, there's no excuses. And that's what Deshaun Ruffin has to do as well.
And he was healthy last year. He was one of the most electric players in the SEC. Miller on the runner. Tough. Here's Fagan leading the way. Spin cycle, lost the handle, scooped up by Miller. Behind the back. Lead pass. Back to Miller on the alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. That's not going to do it. Right into traffic. Abram with a force. Miller.
Come on.
Oh, no. Brandon Miller. Whistles his way in. And again, that's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah. 6'4", 200 pounds. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm going to go where I want to go on the floor and make you pay like Brandon Miller.
Turnover. Alabama. Miller. Look out. And he'll just lay that one in.
We're looking at what? Top 2 and 3
Yep.
recruiting classes. Arkansas and Alabama. Coach Musselman doing a great job as well.
Oh,
man.
40 plus.
Put back up and in. This time by Tyler Stevenson, 6'8" grad, transfer from Southern Miss. First lead for the Bulldogs.
That's his game right in that mid-range area. Mississippi State gets 38% of the offensive rebounds out there.
Going to hear this cheer an awful lot. Knocked down that time by Brand.
Stand where the double team's coming. One of those turnovers, he caught it really in no man's land at the free throw line. Probably shouldn't have thrown it to him there.
That's a good no call. That's a punch. Jamel Horton Jr. out of Queens, New York with a release from the 3.
That's how you drop a transition three-point shot. Move the ball side to side. Do it.
Wow.
Preach it. But how do you game plan for the lack of free throw shooting?
Save for that phase of the game, of which there are several phases: offense, defense, transition, turnovers, free throw line, three-point shooting. Other than that phase of the game, they have been either right there or better than Alabama, the number 8 team in the country. Miller stepping inside, tough finish. Wide open. Can't fault the pass, can't fault Tolu Smith. Just better defense in transition for Alabama. But a big missed opportunity. Miller, nobody around, throws in a 3. Boy, the game they got to do is make a little bit of a run here at the defensive end. They got to shut Alabama out. They got to go over if you're Alabama for the next 3 or 4 possessions in order for Mississippi State to get back in.
Their defense is that good. They can turn off the water on you for about 5 possessions in a row. They've got that ability.
Eric Reed Jr. wearing number 11 in white on now for Mississippi State. Long three-pointer, good again. Wow. And Tolu arching 3 is good. He's giving him a little pop off the bench. Number 11 in white. We talked about Tennessee. That's the next matchup at Tennessee is Mississippi State on the 3rd in the new year. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you, my friend. I think we got a good one going down the stretch here.
Must-have stop. Patience here for Alabama. 7 to shoot. What recognition
at the next level.
That's what he did against Gonzaga. Disappointing loss, tough loss for Alabama, but 36 points on national television will get you some attention. Another turnover, almost a turnover by Alabama. There's Miller for three. He's hit a couple of threes with 3 rebounds. There's Pringle with the rebound. The Tide on the run out. Alley-oop. Miller.
Teams taking breaks all over the country. My advice to those teams would be to be safe and to stay out of trouble. Oftentimes, over these holiday breaks, you have negative news and you want to go see your families, but you want to make sure that you stay disciplined. Woo!
But here we go with the race. They want to get into this type of game. Good no call right there.
Both teams still trying to find their stroke. This is Miller. Wide open splash.
Watson, a very good defensive player.
Miller. Boy, that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
everything but the finish. Bediako all over the place.
Long 2 steps, land on it, and go up with a floater.
Brandon Miller underneath, and he cleans up his own man. Timmy had it poked away. Tries again. Miller the fifth. A foot race. Timmy, well played. Bediako can't do it much better than that.
Yeah, Bediako getting him to drift away. That's a plus. If Timmy comes towards you, look at the range.
Miller!
Yeah, it was one of the few times that Mark Few got a little loud in practice.
Strother's going to pull. Misses badly.
That's because he fumbled the ball out front.
Miller. He buries it. Big shot. Brilliantly done by Hickman.
They have taken the assignment in the scouting report and pull up for those little floaters from about 8 feet away instead of challenging any of the bigs down low for Alabama.
Hickman was Andrew Nemhard's understudy last year.
Spiro, you look at it and you say, I'm not going to come up because he wants to get 5 feet within the basket, and then all of a sudden he throws that variation to his game. It's really unstoppable if he can get that 8 to 10 footer floater to go.
Miller sizes up against Strother. The spin, the shot, sticks it.
And how about Timmy out of the post again? Spiro left side low, kicks it across to the wing.
Here's Miller. You saw the new career high. Nice defense from Smith. Miller gets it back and sticks it. Bin in the second half.
5 to 7 on the afternoon, but his decisions have been terrific. As I mentioned a second ago, no turnovers so far. 21 minutes.
Brandon Miller.
Defensively, it's just really difficult to defend him.
One of the all-time players in the history of their school. And he is going to
college. Yeah, and he would have been at SMU if Jankovic stayed there. There's no doubt.
Jaden Bradley was off the mark, but he got it back. Here's Miller for 3. Smooth jumper. Bradley's got some cotton up his nose. He's battling out there. Williams sizes up a 3. And a rebound brought down by Miller. Miller all the way in and 1. Team Penny, which grew into this amazing AAU squad that then led to Penny getting the job at Memphis East and eventually leading his alma mater.
Little pressure by Penny right there out of the timeout. Looks like Memphis going to switch up, go a little zone. And he told us he'd try to keep Alabama out of rhythm. And I think they've done a good job of that tonight. This is certainly a street fight. Nice.
Miller dices up the zone.
We haven't talked about Ryland Griffin tonight. He's going to be a guy you'll hear from over the course of the career.
There's Miller. He turned the ball over.
That's exactly right.
Quinterly's got 7 points tonight. Here's Miller again. This time he drills it.
Really careful right there. And that gave the little guy room, space.
To keep the full court pressure on.
No Quinterly right now.
Trap at midcourt. Here's Bradley. 3 ball. Good! Bediako out to Miller.
Count it.
Follows his own miss and finishes.
Oh, here early on in the ball game. South Dakota State able to come up with a bucket on the last possession. See if Alabama can answer.
Step back from Miller. His first points of the night.
Quality shot. Find the best players to shoot the shots when they need them.
Scoring drought of nearly 2.5 minutes for the Jackrabbits. Crimson Tide with a 14-point lead. Brandon Miller putting it up and in through all kinds of traffic.
But then the shots started falling after they established themselves down low. We'll see if they can do that here in the second half, or what Alabama will do to respond.
Crimson Tide ball to begin the second period. Brandon Miller begins it with a three-pointer.
There's the
2 fouls on Clowney for the Crimson Tide. Here's a steal. Clowney, Miller, got it. Night. He's only missed one shot. He's 6 of 7 from the floor. Crimson Tide up by a point. Miller from deep. That's what Alabama needed.
It just doesn't get much better than that.
RJ. Here's Miller. Step back. And Brandon Miller, the free. Here's Brandon Miller.
The shoes are tied. The shirt's tucked in.
And Brandon Miller off the ball. It just
Bediako out of the game. North Carolina is just making layup after layup. Is Bediako in foul trouble?
Nope. The jump hook.
Yeah, as Alabama wakes up, this will be a triple overtime game.
It is a triple overtime game.
I understand it, but it's still possible to be 4 or more.
Brandon Miller.
Oh! Right.
Hawkins has 8 for UConn. And a loose ball picked up by Darius Miles. Here comes Alabama.
Jordan Hawkins just put that over the top on the board.
And that ends the drought. Brandon
Darius Miles. I think it was the number 3 overall pick. Out of high school years and years ago. Great hands.
Knocked away by Quinterly.
Transition though, but Klingon is just wow.
Second 3.
Hearing about for Andre Jackson.
Damo Sinogo sets it up from the corner, and the rebound grab by Alabama. Here comes Jaden Bradley.
Terrific player.
Gliding in, Brandon Miller.
For the young players, it's the hardest thing in the world to do it again the next night.
How much of it, Bill, is UConn and the way they have attacked, especially defensively, Alabama? And a 3 for Brandon Miller. Caravan, 2 more for UConn.
You're ignoring me again, Diddley.
You know the answer. And 1. Nice take by Brandon Miller. Portland, this is the nightcap in our building. As a 3 from the corner.
Throw it down.
And then the tip in.
Critical freshman for Hall of Fame coach Tom Izzo. Carson Cooper being the other one. Jackson Kohler, though. American Fork, Utah. Just an endless list of players coming from that front range of the Wasatch.
Brandon Miller, a deep first half for Michigan State.
A slow start for him, but now he's come alive here. Michigan State has taken control of this game behind guys like Ty Walker, Jackson Kohler, Joey Hauser.
And 1.
Just wanted to focus on basketball.
Did he want a voodoo donut, Myron?
You know, if it had been offered to him, I bet he'd take it. It wasn't offered to me.
The next time he comes back, the next time Brandon Miller goes to the bench, just go over there and ask him. We can get it delivered.
There he is from distance.
Is why the guy who dribbles so much ends up shooting. Oh, just missed. Push the ball.
One last crack at it. Brandon Miller.
Went for the block and just lost his balance and just stumbled out of bounds. And that left the basket wide open for the onslaught by the Spartans.
Dom Welch out with a lower body injury. Darius Miles, who played the opener, has been out the night. And the rebound grab by Namari Burnett for Alabama.
Guards that can rebound. Fantastic. And the quickness with which the Tide are playing is catching the Spartans off guard.
Here's Miller again.
Oh, my gosh. Defense, Michigan State.
Brandon Miller Chasing it down is Gurley. Launches from the corner.
You've got to be kidding me. What a pass.
The layup missed. Miller can't get the tip one more time. It goes for...
Played there a year, then transferred, became an All-American at Kentucky Wesleyan. Superb player, superb coach.
I want to make sure I did the math. Carried the 4 national titles. That's a lot.
Coach some confidence going forward.
Alabama with a 13-point lead, working on this side. Miller for 3.
Smooth. Maybe that's not a natural place. I think he can do that, but looks like he's better running off the ball, getting open shots.
He sets the program record coming off the bench. He got 9 points today. Miller, that's good.
After an injury.
Look out, on the move again. Griffin.
Easy call right in front of the official.
Sears refuses the Gurley screen. Clearly behind the back. He's got great handles. The redshirt senior from Hackensack, New Jersey.
Great handles, good stop and go, good explosion. Hard to stay in front.
The mismatch out to Miller, sets the feed. Got eyes up. He's got Griffin. He's got a 3 in the air.
Mobile, very active, very mobile, shoots it well outside.
So Alabama starts the second half, John, on a 24-9 run. That's how they've just completely blown this open.
I think the Alabama team's pretty good.
Miller has 25, and this Tide team, John, is on a extended 36-11. Oh, again.
Robinson against Bediako, the 7-footer, and the Crimson Tide win this tap, and we are underway. Mark Sears, the point guard, directing traffic for the Crimson Tide. Ten on the shot clock for the Tide. Burnett to Miller. From 3. McGee, underhand. Wouldn't go.
Really good defense. Great rebound.
Miller with the tray. Nearly losing it. Now the Crimson Tide get it away from Cleveland. Miller. Long range. Nothing but net.
To this already good group.
Brandon Miller with the floater.
Great move Sears is doing. So really good strength coach.
Another addition as well to that is Josh Pierre, new Crimson Tide Director of Basketball Operations. His brother Joe, an assistant for Liberty Basketball as well. So family connections all over the place, or just connections between Liberty and Alabama as they meet in game number 2. And Brandon Miller knocks down.
2 highlighted players guarding each other on the opening tip.
Brandon Miller off the mark on the 3, gets the rebound back. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Brandon.
Bottom.
Litteris from deep. Off the mark. He's a 38% three-point shooter from a year ago.
A rare miss on a wide-open look there by Litteris.
Miller lays it up, lays it in.
Beautiful move.
Great wins.
An opportunity of a lifetime for these young men to travel around the world, to take on an opportunity to see some new culture, to bond with your teammates, to get better with basketball, and play some stiff competition, some tough competition. Really good for Alabama men.
Miller cleans it up.
Up and down pace here for both. A slam dunk with authority.
Now some solid defense by Charles Bediako. The lob, the finish. Brandon Miller. Loose again. Bediako. Sears.